Wowee! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, my people. Welcome back to another vlog. It's actually a very special vlog today because it is the first vlog of the new year. So happy 2024 to all of you. Hope you had a lovely festive period. I hope you spent it with your loved ones and the people you hold dearest. I personally was at my parents' house, so I was basically doing nothing for a good week. I mean, I did work out because we've got goals to reach this year. But yeah, I basically did nothing for the whole week, but I am back in my apartment, ready to start the year fresh. And part of the freshness of the new year means that it's out with the old and in with the new. Check what I just got. Oh my God. What is this, you ask? Well, this is, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, onyx with gold. If you follow me for a long time, you know I will rave about this, my Whoop band. My Whoop band helps me with everything because it helps track my sleep, my performance, my recovery. And when I am super in it with training, it just makes all the difference, you know? It gives me that, like, I'd say that 1% improvement, which is what I'm always aiming for. Love the packaging on this thing. Sorry, this is not an aesthetic unboxing. Like, ooh. Yeah. See, I went and got the gold one. A little bit more expensive than the standard black one that I've got. But you know what? I decided to treat myself. Because sometimes with habits, it's the little things that make them so much easier to complete. Ooh, look at the gold clasp. Look at the little details. Slip my hand in like that. Ah. Oh, look at that. That is, well, look, athletic. It's shiny. I'm actually overkill. I have my Whoop and my Apple Watch. It's nice to have shiny new gadgets, especially in the new year, because it just makes you want to achieve those goals. It's like when you go to the gym for the first time and you buy yourself some new trainers. You want to give yourself the excuse to wear the new trainers. It's kind of like that with my Whoop band. It's like, oh, okay, I got a new Whoop band. This is going to give me the excuse to work out, which I will do later on. But yeah, out with the old, in with the new. Typical new year, new me kind of thing, but I don't like the term new year, new me because it's not new me. I'm just trying to be a better me, evolve, just trying to get better. I'm back home now, so currently just doing all the typical home stuff, cleaning up the house.
And part of the evolution is making sure that we start the year on the right foot. And I know it's not just me that feels this way, but sometimes a new year can be really overwhelming. Maybe it's because the idea of a new year comes with all this unbridled expectation and all these goals that we need to reach. But if there's one thing that I learned from last year, it's that making the small incremental changes and being consistent with them make the biggest impact and ultimately change where I am in December of that year. That being said, I can definitely feel something in the air this year. Speaking with friends and hearing all their goals for this year has kind of made me motivated to want to achieve some great things and really just push myself outside of my comfort zone, especially when it comes to fitness. I told all of my friends that if you're doing anything fitness related this year or have any New Year's resolutions that center around fitness, get me involved and I will be with you 100% of the way. That is because for me too, I am pushing myself to the next fitness goal. A friend and I have signed up for not one, but 2 Hyrox competitions. One will be in March and one will be in May. And this might be the biggest challenge that I have ever faced.
And for those wondering what Hyrox is, it's basically a hybrid training competition where you do a lot of functional fitness and a lot of running in between. And in order to best prepare for this competition, I have challenged myself to be working out twice a day. Essentially my normal resistance training one time in the morning and then also some sort of functional hybrid training in the evening.
And I figured, why not take you guys along with me, show you what my typical Hyrox preparation looks like, but also show you how I use my Whoop and my Apple Watch in order to get the best results possible.
So first up is the Apple Watch. Now it is a great activity tracker and it has 3 targets that you have to reach within the day. These come in the forms of rings: your move ring, your exercise ring, and your stand ring. When I first started tracking my performance, I really enjoyed using the Apple Watch because the interface is lovely and having these rings close every day became like a target for me, and I really just love the interface. Also, I love the fact that it gives you awards for completing streaks. If you're a runner, it's super helpful because the screen gives you feedback as to where your heart rate is whilst you're working out. And not only that, it's super interactive, so it makes it easy to monitor and record workouts. But when it comes to calorie tracking and monitoring the quality of my workouts, my Whoop wins hands down.
And I promise you, I will explain to you my Whoop in a second, but not before I show you my perfect post-workout meal. This is a frittata recipe that I've been working away on.
I know my Spanish friends will probably cringe every time I say frittata instead of frittata, so instead of adding a Spanish twang every time I say the word, I'm now going to say Spanish omelette.
Next time you're trying to figure out a bunch of ideas, just try one of these because it looks super impressive, but it's actually very easy to make. All you got to do is crack your eggs into a bowl, add a splash of oat milk, some Parmesan cheese and some pepper, and whisk it all together. Leave that to sit on the side, and then you're going to get your pan and pan fry 1 onion, 1 garlic, and some roughly chopped basil. Whilst that's frying, add a little bit of spinach, and then once that's done frying and it's gone a little bit brown and your spinach is wilted, you then add that to your egg mix. Now, people are always asking me, why can't I post more recipes? This is because I strictly cook off of vibes. Half the time, I don't know what's going to go into the recipe until I started cooking, but it always turns out okay. Anyways, once you're finished with the egg mix, you pop it back in the pan. I added a little bit of cheddar cheese on top, and then I decided to cook it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. This gave me the perfect time to go and shower and get ready in between and come back to a slightly overcooked Spanish omelette, but a good Spanish omelette nonetheless. And for me, I love adding salmon and avocado to my Spanish omelette brunch because the avocado is healthy fats as well as good fiber, and the salmon is just extra protein. Wash it down with a protein shake, and that is how I reach my macros in just one meal.
I definitely went back for seconds, which means I finished a 6-egg Spanish omelette in one sitting, along with 2 packs of salmon and 2 protein shakes. Inevitable, I fell into a food coma. And this is where the Whoop becomes so handy. Because where Whoop beats the Apple Watch is its ability to track my sleep, and not just my deep sleep, but it also tracks my nap as well and gives me a total recovery figure for the whole day. Not only that, but the Apple Watch already tracks my calories, whereas the Whoop tracks my calories, but also gives me a qualitative value, which is strain. Now, strain is based on a scale of 1 to 21, and I think 21 is like the highest possible physical strain. They said that they got like army veterans to jump out of a helicopter, swim for 10 kilometers, run for 10 kilometers, and that was like maximum strain, and that was the guideline that they used for everyday people. And all the intense physical activity that they did in that day was supposed to be the guideline for what it is for the maximum strain that your body can undergo, which is a figure of 21. Now, why this is so important is because the difference between your early morning workout when you have lots of energy versus your end of the day workout when you have very little energy left can be quite significant. And what's great about the Whoop is that it gives you this qualitative difference. And for me, once I've woken up from my nap and I realize I'm going to go for my second workout, I can kind of figure out how much I can push. My first workout of the day was around a 10 strain. So that means I can push even harder for the second workout of the day, which was going to be my hybrid training. Now, I don't know if you can tell by some of the clips that I'm sharing, but this workout absolutely floored me. It is the hybrid Hyrox type of workout. And to explain what I'm doing, basically, there's functional fitness, and then in between, I'm running and doing burpees and rowing and skiing and all these different things to keep my heart rate pumping. This was an absolutely brutal workout for me, and I felt like I was going to die halfway through because of all the food I've eaten. I literally didn't know whether I was going to vomit or if I was going to have some sort of medical emergency halfway through this session. I mean, what's great about these Hyrox sessions is that it really pushes me to a different limit, and this is what I'm liking about the new year and the new challenge. I'm pushing myself to a place that I've never been before, and believe me when I say that this thing is tough. I mean, I've done 75 hard before, I've done workouts consistently before, but never have I been pushed to my limit like doing these Hyrox workouts. In fact, I'm going to leave it all on the screen just so that if you want to try it out, you can also try it out and put yourself to the challenge. That being said, the strain for that workout came to 13.4, which if you add it to the strain of my earlier workout of 10.9, it only gave me a combined strain of 16.7. So you can see how hard it is to really max your body out, but you can also see the difference as to why I prefer this over the Apple Watch, as the Apple Watch will just tell me calories, whereas this is actually giving me how hard I have pushed for the day. And that is why I love my Whoop. I've had this thing for about 6 months now, and I totally stand by it. It's helped me in so many different ways, and hopefully it will help me achieve my goals for 2024. This isn't a sponsored post at all, but if you want to try one out, I will leave my referral code in the description and let me know what you guys think. The honest truth is, if I find something that makes me feel good or makes me feel better or makes goals somewhat more attainable, then I will always share it with you because I want to see you succeed just as much as I do. Anywho, thank you so much for watching today's vlog. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you guys next week.